What are your thoughts of like people in the comments saying that they feel like like you telling the story, they felt like you were like maybe downplaying, like what happened back then, or kind of, what I'm saying, or kind of hating like on.
What, on YouTube version?
Yeah.
Mostly because mostly probably because of do it to death comments maybe. But shit, it was the truth. Sometimes the truth hurt.
Yeah.
It's like Cal. If you listen to the one on Amazon at the end, when Cal said, it wasn't me, and Cal was really fighting during that time. Like, we really was at war. It's like some people could have really died at that time doing that music thing. It was like, like I said, when I finally got to deal with Tommy Boy, a bunch of people out of the blue came out of nowhere. I ain't never met before in my life after we did all this hard work. And the stuff went to the streets, It was at one point, my mama, she was like, I have to move you. She said, I ain't moving nowhere. We put some bars in the house, We've been gangsta our whole life. Let's come on with it.
Yeah.
And it got to it was that bad. If I would said snap or Cuckoo would said snap, it would be a lot of lies. Cause I run a lot of stuff on a certain side of town. Yeah. He got a lot of friends on a certain side of town. And, it was that bad,
Yeah.
It was point to Suge Knight. I was gonna sell him to Suge Knight.
Oh,
He probably would call me, was scared and everything, but yeah, man, it was serious. It was serious.
Or what would you say is one of the biggest lessons that you learned from music that you now apply in the film
I could
world?
bet on my motherfucking self. Bees them got me acting, you know what I mean? And this is me. When we get to writing, I'm financing on my own. Everything I'm betting on me.
Yeah.
Even though the actors are a very important part of that, but I could easily you ain't working and shade out and stuff like that. In the music, you bet on the artist. If that motherfucker don't want to show up, you stuck. You know what I mean? If he want to act funny and you got your momentum going, your whole business is stuck.
Yeah.
So you ain't betting on no motherfucking artist, you betting on yourself in this. Yeah.
I can dig that. It seems like that's like the common denominator to a lot of people finding peace and taking things to that next level, is like, especially if you are a person who has, spent a majority of your life or a career, doing for others.
Yeah.
It's like when you focus on yourself, that's when like you take it to, to new heights.
And you know what? It would hurt you so bad, man, because not only that, when you believe in somebody and you believe in them more than they might believe in themselves, and you spend your whole bag on trying to get to the next level. Now, the situation to help both of you guys out, you know what I mean? And for them just to, after you put all your hard work, sweat, and tears in, and give up on you, just leave you kind of fucked up. It make you really want to kill somebody, to tell you the truth. Because you really feel bad, like, man, you done fucked up all minds. I could invest this in something else to take care of my family.
Right.
Because, certain situations, during that time when my mother passed, or my brother, had to go back to the streets, he get killed in Arizona by the police. So a lot of things that could have changed, and Cal, if we did this the right way, a lot of people's lives, even on his side, a lot of people's lives could have been changed.
Yeah.
So people don't look at that, in that moment.